Okay, we're back in part 2. Couldn't do everything in part 1. And just like what I was saying, this is the trigger. I haven't seen quantum reactions on big pipes like this. Now I have in the copper tests, I've seen, spark plugs go superconductive. Titanium goes superconductive about 1.25 inches, different things like that. But I've never seen a Joe pipe on this size go superconductive. There must be some kind of trigger, and maybe that energy that's coming in, because you can ask yourself, when you get a flame that's, in the copper test, one time I was running isopropanol 99%, and I was using low pressure, maybe 5, 6, 7 pounds. It was a 12-volt electric pump, air pump, and I had 1 pound propane bottle. So that's not very big apparatus, right? Very, very low pressure, low volumes. And yet, you could take a straw and blow through it, one of those McDonald's straws, and blow through it. That was the amount of isopropanol vapor that was coming through. And I was bubbling air through isopropanol. It was coming into the back of the 5/8 pipe, copper pipe, and all of a sudden, for no apparent reason, I was producing a level 3, no flame on the outside, and all of a sudden, for no apparent reason, the copper pipe went totally translucent, where you could see the fire through it. It was generating around 30, 40 pounds of thrust, and there's only maybe 5, 6, 7 pounds of pressure going in. So it was like all this energy was coming from nowhere and yet everywhere. And the only thing that I can think of is either the isopropanol got converted into a plasma state like heat gas, and I don't think it has that. It's going to give that kind of reaction. It doesn't have it, and or a doorway is opened up to the higher dimensional states, where the Joe pipe itself actually opened up a resonant doorway into the higher fifth dimensional realms of energy. Tesla talked about this. A lot of people have talked about this. And there's all kinds of energy out there. You just have to bring it into this realm. And I believe this is what I've seen. And so I'm trying to find the missing trigger. That's the reason for doing these tests. Okay, a little bit about the level 4. Without these holes in there, you just get a level 3, right? Just a very normal Joe pipe reaction. Okay, I'm going to have to lower this. You're not seeing the pipe here. Okay, there you see the pipe. So, if I was going to have this all set up to have these holes drilled, I'd probably start here. And this is your swirl pack here. Just 6 stainless steel washers wired together with number 19 stainless steel wire. And the washers are not tight, so there's you actually get a reaction here. Fire comes in here around the washers, and you also get got any more colors here? Another reaction coming through when the fire comes through here. There seems to be a polarity difference. So what happens? They turn one toward one another, and actually seen this, where the positive and negative, I don't know which one's positive, which one's negative, but there definitely is a separation in, you can see the electrical difference in a flame when you tune it, and it's showing up here, and it's actually coming together, and it's making these arcs here, right? And if you turn it up, then you get your flame front that comes out here. But if you turn it right down to the lowest setting, where the air is right down at the lowest setting, and the propane is turned down to the lowest setting, it's burning at a very, very intense speeds, even though it's, you know, it's almost starved. But without these air holes in here, I just get a normal level 3. You know, I don't get the electrical, the thermoelectrical potential. And the exhaust temperature in the core of the flame, coming off of here, it's pretty close to 2000 Fahrenheit. And coming out the end here, it's about 1850, 1900, and it drops off to about 1700 here. It drops off quite fast, but very, very intense. Now, this is all superheated exhaust. Just imagine what you can do with that. And, I'm presently learning the Rhino CAD program to draw this up into a on-demand hot water system. It's going to be a hybrid between the European way of thinking and the systems that they're hybrid systems, on-demand water systems here, and it'll probably end up being a better system. And it's not going to be as complicated, and it's going to put out, it should put out high demand hot water between a pipe like this, probably between 12 to 16 gallons per minute, and probably with the temperature rise around 60 degrees. So that's not too bad. That'll run a nice kitchen and maybe a couple of bathrooms, and good for emergency heating. So that's why I'm learning the CAD program. All right, 7 minutes nearly. So that's what I would like to try. And you know, right now, the holes that I have in the pipe are spaced at every 3/4 of an inch. So I got about maybe 25, 30 holes across. And first thing I need to see, is this going to develop a level 4? You know, am I going to lose the level 4, or it's going to be there, or maybe it might be enhanced? Because what should happen, if these are the resonant nodes, that the wave motion generated in the pipe, in the Joe pipe here, you're going to get a standing wave effect here, right? Then you're going to get another standing wave front here, and another standing wave form here. So all this is going to be additive and multiplied. So you start off with a little bit of vibration here, and it builds exponentially to where that might, you know, trigger the quantum reactions that I've seen. And there's one brother down in San Diego. He was shown by divine inspiration to do this, and I believe it's time to do this. And if this can open up the gateway to the higher dimensional realms, then you don't have to just generate energy. You could actually generate energy in order to open up the quantum doorway to where there's an endless sea of energy, and you know, it's going to make the energy crisis non-existent. Whether the powers to be will allow it or not, that's a different story. But we're in a recession, likely going into a depression. Everything's going to be inflated, so we need to work together in all this. And any help that or support that you can give, it's every bit of it it's welcomed here. So I'm going to cut it off here. This is the Joe pipe going quantum. I'm going into ground that I've never ventured this way before. I'd like to hear back your comments, you that are in the physics fields and things like that, astrophysics. It'd be interesting to hear your comments on this. Okay, Joshua signing out, 24th of January 2009.